Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's solve question 14 of exercise 6A, intermediate level mathematics, grade 6. The question states that 2.85 million cubic meters of earth were required to fill the disused Sin Seng Quary at Rifle Range Road. So once we see it, we see this is 2.85 million cubic meters, and once this is cubic meters, we essentially get to know that we are talking of volume of earth. So this was the volume of earth which was required to fill the disused quarry at the Rifle Range Road. On the right side you can see this quarry. So now this has been disused and we need to fill this up. So how much is the volume that was extracted and how much is the volume which we need to put in so that we could level it up, and it was 2.85 million cubic meters of earth is required. So in part 1 we have to find that if each truck carries a load of 6.2 meter cube of earth trips, since it is also cubic meters, so we know that this is the volume of the load. So on the right side you see this is the earth. This is supposed to be getting dumped inside this quarry, and the volume of each truck is the volume of the mud or the earth in each truck is 6.25 meter cube. So how many trips were required to fill the quarry? So we have the complete volume and the volume of the truck. So what we do, we would divide this 2.85 by the 6.25 meters, and we'll finally find out how many truck loads are required. So truck loads essentially means that how many trucks filled with this load of earth 6.25 meter cube are required, right? And finally, the cost of transporting each truckload was $55. So how much did it cost to fill the complete quarry? So once we'll finalize how many truckloads are required, we'll simply multiply it with $55 and we'll get our answer. And finally, in the third part, we need to know that given that the site of the quarry has a land area of approximately 3 hectares, and what is a hectare? 1 hectare is 10,000 meter square area of land. So a hectare, remember, is a measurement of area. It is not volume, because once we have square, it means area, and once we have meter cube, we have volume. So what is we will find the cost to fill 1 meter square of land, and we will get to know how we'll find it. So let's go towards the solution. So first part, we find the number of trips to fill the quarry, and the volume of earth which is required to be filled is how much? 2.85 million cubic meters. And the maximum load of earth carried by truck is 6.25 cubic meters. As we already know, this is very simple. We divide the complete volume of earth divided by the earth that can be carried by each truck, and this is 2.85 million cubic meters divided by 6.25 cubic meters. And since this is in millions, so we need to multiply it with 1,000, which is actually 1 million. So 2.85 multiplied by million divided by 6.25, and we get 456,000 trips. So either this truck could actually go get the mud from wherever it is getting and come back 456,000 times, or we can have 456,000 truckloads coming once and putting the mud inside it. So this is the answer to part number 1. And for part number 2, what is the cost to fill the complete quarry? So we know that we have to get 456,000 trips, and each truckload costs us $55. Just multiplying these together, we get this amount of percentage. So this is actually this is 25 million approximately, right? $25 million was required to fill this Sin Seng Quary. And for part 3, what is the cost to fill 1 square meters of land, right? So cost to fill 3 hectares was how much? Well, it was 25 million. So well, we know that each hectare is 30,000 meters square. 1 hectare is 10,000 meters square. So 3 hectares would actually equal 30,000 meters square. So for 30,000 meters square, 25 million. For 1 meter square, we divide it by 30,000. And for once we solve this equation, we get $836. And that is your answer.